Okay, I'm back again, and I don't know how many videos I've made because, well, I lost track, so pick one, watch it, and if it doesn't cover what you needed, try another one. Alright, we're on the underneath side of this little featherweight now, and I'm going to try to clean up the underneath side. Wow, that was a difficult one to figure out, wasn't it? I'm going to get a little bit of goop and try to clean some of this residue off of these wires. They seem to be hardened up, and I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to just leave it alone or if I want to clean it up. That is a question. So I'm going to take a quick look at this really well, but I'm going to clean some of that up around the gears and just make that look a little bit better. Make sure that there's nothing that's going to cause any resistance. All right, be right back. I'm going to pause this. Okay, I'm just going to make this a careful process, and what I've done is just put a little goop on the toothbrush and just wipe it around, wipe it back off with the damp cloth. I also took a screwdriver and just kind of started picking little bits of this hardened grease off of here, and so this will just be a slow process. All right, you can see we've got a little bit of lint and grime buildup right inside there, and I'll have to rotate that right in there. Yeah, the toothbrush will not fit in there. Okay, we'll clean that up. Just a few areas underneath here that just need to be cleaned up. Now let me talk about something else. These little motors, and on the top side there's one too. Let me show you right there. And I put 2 drops of oil in that because sometimes they harden up and then you're not able to get, so just 2 drops of oil. You can get a kit from the Featherweight site. Now let me show you. This has got, it's got some of the grease still in it. Okay. So that's good. It's not hardened up, so that's a good thing. If it hardens up, then you can soften it with a couple of drops of machine oil. And you can even take a syringe in like a little tube and kind of suck that out of there and replace that. It's a low temperature sewing machine motor grease that goes in these, okay? And that needs to be in there because it's going to improve your RPMs. All right, so that's something that you need to think about. It looks like somebody splattered an egg on this. I would hate to think of it being anything else. This is just really nasty right here. So I'm gonna have to just clean this up. Let me pause a minute and we'll work on this some more, and then I'll give you a look at what it's looking like. I did take this all off and clean this up. I put 1 drop of oil on that shaft, cleaned all the threads, put that back together, got that nice and smooth. Back here we're looking pretty nice and clean. So yeah, we've just got this bottom end and this area here around the motor. Right, I'll be right back. Okay, that took more than a minute, but as you can see, it looks much better. I don't have to be concerned with having large amounts of grit or old hardened grease underneath here and built up in these gears. And that is my main concern. Also, the wiring looks to be good. I don't see any spots where the oil has damaged the wiring, so that makes me happy. The large bird nest looking thing has been removed from underneath the motor. I have made sure that the grease inside the motor is softened. Wipe down the back side a little bit where we missed it because we were working on the front side. There was a little area right back in here where it's hard to get to. I can take that motor off and clean that area, but just right now, I'm not necessarily interested in doing it just yet. My main goal for this particular machine was just, well, get it to look like it's something that you want to actually touch. And make sure that it is properly oiled. It's not going to have anything that's going to hinder it functioning properly. The next thing, of course, would be to do something about these rusty areas and make it look better in that way. Let me spin it around here. And I feel a little bit of a spot under here where I don't think I got quite all of that yuck off of it. Let me get this little rag. Just wipe up underneath there, see if I can affect a little bit of change in that area. Okay. That's better. Okay, now I am going to get a clean spot on this rag. A clean spot. That's my kingdom for a clean spot. I'll put some drops of oil on this machine. This will go a long ways towards removing any tacky areas. Also, because there's certainly going to be some areas where it's still kind of tacky, or maybe a little bit of mist grime. Alright, let's oil up this. Oh, I've got to clean that out. There's always something you miss too, trust me. Now, see if I can get my... See that? Yummy. I put some goop in that earlier with my finger to get that to loosen up the grime that's just built up in there. Oh, come here, little Q-tip. The reason that this machine was so dirty in the top was because the case, and I haven't showed you that yet, the case does not have a lid. And I might have mentioned that, but now I'm telling you again. It doesn't have a lid. So anything that is on the top side of the machine excuse me, just bound to be extra super dirty. Back up so you can see that. Now that's starting to take some oil. You know, I've heard people say, oh, you don't really need to do anything to a machine except oil it. Well, that's true. But let's go with the theory of sandpaper. You got enough dirt and grit grinding together and you've got the sandpaper effect. You're really going to be damaging some parts over time if you don't get the dirt out. It's always going to vary with how much dirt are you dealing with. Okay, now I'm going to put some oil in this little hole here. And I'm going to put some oil in this little hole here. I need to take the faceplate back off. Let's oil these parts here. Okay. And because that was so full of dirt before, I'm going to make sure that we're getting the oil to actually get down in there. Nice and smooth. Oil in that one. There we go. Alright. When I take this through its first sewing trial, I will do it most likely on some paper towels. That way,